Hi Ashley, this is Christina. Terry spoke with you a couple hours ago on getting this video over to you with some tips on how to set your company above your competition and just some things that we noticed on your website. So the three things we're going to talk about are content, citations, and backlinks. And everything that I go over in this video are things that your company can do yourselves without getting any help outside. But if this is something that you guys do need help with, you can absolutely give me a call if you have any questions at 816-323-4100. My name's Christina. Also, if you could just give us some feedback on how the video was, that's all we're really asking for. We send these out to a lot of people, and I just want to make sure that, it's teaching people things, educating people without wasting anybody's time. So, getting right into it, we're going to talk about content, citations, and backlinks. With content, the average site needs 1,000 to 1,500 words in order to be optimized with Google, and you guys currently are only sitting at about 200 words. So that would be my first suggestion, would be to get your website up to that 1,000 words at a minimum on your front page, because that's where most of your backlinks are going to come back to. A lot of people won't go past go past the first page. We're pretty instant gratification oriented. So, but also with your content, you want to make sure that you have some keywords built into there. For instance, one keyword I searched is tree service Oakhurst, California, just CA. This is one search that people are doing 20 times a month. So that's 20 potential customers you guys miss out on by not being on the front page of Google for this. And everything that we're going to go over is how you get on the first page of Google. So content's the most important. They say content is king in Google's eyes. You want to make sure that, just without a doubt, Google knows to point to you when they're searching for something like this. So if you have this keyword built into your content, that's how it's going to get done. So the first spot organically belongs to Lepley's Trees. And just to show you their content, they're studying at about 500 words. So they would be really easy to beat, just because if you did that 1,000 to 1,500 words that I talked about, you'd beat them out just on content alone without even having to worry about backlinks. So again, that's my first suggestion, is getting your content fixed. The next thing that I want to talk about are citations. And anytime that you do a search, the next visible section, sometimes you'll have ads up here, but usually the first visible section or the next visible section, if there's ads, is the Google Map Pack. And what this is when you have a Google My Business, which is completely free to sign up for, you can get it ranked to the top of the map pack by getting what we call citations. And what a citation is when you have your business name, address, and phone number listed identically into different directories, just like you do in your Google My Business. And a directory would be something like Yellow Pages, Yelp, City Star, Thumbtack. Facebook counts as a directory. Those are all citations, and it's going to give you a backlink to your web page, but also the more citations you have, the higher you're going to be up in here. So you can see that Lepley is not in the top 3 here, so you don't have to be in the top organically to be at the top here. So Clean Cut Tree Service has the most citations. If you go and you add 20 citations and you're not beating them out, keep adding them. And when you get to 50 to 100 citations, you should be beating them out. And if you're not, just keep adding them. Just go find more places. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of directories out there you could go get your business information listed under. And the great thing about this section is, just like I was talking about before, that people are instant gratification oriented. Some people don't go past this section when they look for services, because they know this shows that you're a legit business, that you're local, and then of course it has reviews on there, which people really like to know, like, well, how have other customers said that their service was? So definitely want to get that. It's totally free to sign up for. Citations are free. It's just time consuming. The last thing that I want to talk about are backlinks. And what a backlink is we call it link juice, and it simply works like site A points to site B. Site A is the link juice that gives site B more authority in Google's eyes, almost like a popularity contest. You can have more sites coming in, but there's a little more to it than that. Link juice is more effective if you have relative sites linking back to you. For example, a blog post about when to tell the difference between when it's time to trim your tree versus, it's dying on the inside and it's time to cut it down. That's going to bring you a lot more power and authority to your site than a blog post about pizza, because you don't sling pizzas for a living. So you want that site to point back to you that specifically has to do with tree services, right? So this tool I'm going to show you, called Ahrefs, ahrefs.com. It's about $100 a month, but it really gives a good breakdown of what your site's doing. Looks like your site's pretty new because it's not showing up for anything yet, and I'm sure you probably have at least a couple backlinks. So right now you don't have any backlinks, but if you want to get into that number 1 spot to beat Lepley's out, they have 7 referring domains with 161 backlinks. So this is the amount that you would need to do. Basically, they just don't have a whole lot of competition, though, because this is actually a really poor number. You want your numbers to be closer to a 1 ratio. So 7 referring domains should have, maybe 30 backlinks or so, at least a lot closer than 161. So these guys would be really easy to beat if you would just go out and find some of those different blog posts to get linked back to. And then, like I said, those citations are going to count as backlinks as well. So in closing, we talked about content. Getting that 1,000 to 1,500 words on your homepage is going to help you tremendously, and that could be enough to get you to the top without any of this other stuff. Citations, getting listed in the Google Map Pack by listing your business name, address, and phone number to different directories. And then last, the backlinks, getting all those different backlinks from different web pages to point back to you, but making sure that it has to do with tree services. Again, if you feel like you don't have time to do this, you can give me a call, but everything that I gave you here are things that you guys can use yourself and start doing. So again, my name's Christina with KC Phoenix SEO. Thanks for watching my video.